Future Run Disney princes and princesses, this video is for you. It's your turn to register. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are brand new here, my name is Lindsay, aka SwishWilly, and I talk about all things Disney. Pardon my voice, I am just getting over a cold. I'm on like that back end where I still sound like Barry White and I got a little congestion, but we're gonna get through it because this video has gotta get done. As you can see in the title, this video is going to be all about your Princess Half Marathon weekend, what you need to know before you register. We're gonna break down the theming, the pricing, and my little pro tips here and there. So the 2023 Princess Half Marathon weekend starts on February 23rd and runs through to February 26th. 2023. This half marathon weekend is not just the half marathon. There's actually 3 different races that you can run. You have your 5K, your 10K, your half marathon, and you also have your glass slipper challenge, which is your 10K and your half marathon. I was about to say half marathon and full. Wrong weekend. Not only do you have these 3 races and the challenge, but you also have the opportunity to do the Disney Princess Yoga in front of Cinderella's castle at like 5 a.m. My predictions for this registration is that it is going to be very busy. Not only is it just going to be busy because Princess Half Marathon weekend is a very popular weekend, it's also the 15th anniversary, and anniversary years are notoriously busier. I'm also expecting it to be busier simply because a lot of people did not get into the races they wanted for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, which is a whole other ballgame into what had happened. So I think a lot of those people who did not get into, let's say, the half marathon for that race, they're going to try and get into the half marathon for Princess. So be aware that it's probably going to be very, very busy. Now, I didn't mean to scare you, so if I did, I do apologize, but that's what this video is for. I am here to prepare you for everything you need to know, including your races, your race themes, your pricing, and the pro tips. First, let's start with the non-race event, which is your Disney Princess Yoga. So essentially, this Disney Princess Yoga happens in front of Cinderella's castle in Magic Kingdom on February 23rd, which is your first day of the race weekend. No races, just yoga that day, and it happens usually around 5 o'clock in the morning. But there's no assigned princess specifically for the Princess Yoga because it simply says Disney Princess Yoga. This is gonna cost you a whopping $109 to get up super early, get to Magic Kingdom, and do a yoga session for the castle. Now, $109 is pretty expensive for a yoga session. I don't necessarily know exactly how long they last for, but it is very cool that you get to do it in front of Cinderella's castle at sunrise. Now let's talk about the races. Now, as you may have already come to know, Disney has actually started doing all of the race weekends with virtual events as well. So if you can't make it to the parks, you can still do the races and get medals in the comfort of your own home. I'm one of those people that I'm just like not great at virtual races. I need to physically be there to have that motivation to go. Otherwise, there's no way I'm gonna run a half marathon on my own accord. No way. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna talk about your 5K. The theme for the 5K this year is Jasmine. If you wanna participate in the virtual 5K, it's gonna cost you $79.95. And if you wanna participate in person, you're looking at $103.40. Now your 10K's theme is Belle. Your virtual 10K is $94.87. And to do it in person is $146.03. Now let's move over to the half. Your half marathon theme is Moana this year, which I think is pretty cool. Your virtual half marathon is gonna be $115.12. And your in-person half marathon is $229.19. I may have called this challenge the Glass Slipper Challenge, and I do apologize. The Disney Fairy Tale Challenge, which they have renamed it, is still Cinderella themed, so I'm not quite sure why they changed the name, but what do I know? Your virtual challenge can be $247.31, and your in-person challenge is $389.09. I know these registration fees sound like really weird numbers, but that's only because they also include the 6.6% service fee. All right, so let's talk about what's included with your races. Now, with both virtual and in person, you get your medal and you get your participant shirt. The only difference is that instead of getting your personalized physical bib like you would at the in-person races, you get a personalized digital bib that you can print out yourself. For virtual, you also get a digital Expo guide, and what I think is actually really cool that they do is they have a kind of like a virtual digital race kit where you can print off your mile markers and stuff and put it around your neighborhood or wherever you want to run these things to make it seem like you're actually there. While I'm sure you understand why the virtual and the in-person events have a much different cost point, let me tell you why exactly. For the in-person events, you're also paying for the characters and entertainment along the course. You also are running through the physical parks, which is very cool. All right, so now that we've talked about the prices, let's talk about when you need to be ready to register. If you are a Gold or Platinum Club Run Disney member, your registration starts this coming Tuesday, June 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not part of Club Run Disney and you are like myself and just do the general registration, your registration is going to be on June 21st, which is also a Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are registering for the virtual, you're just gonna wait till that Friday of that same week for June 24th, again at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for your registration. Before you register, you want to know some of the race restrictions. Run Disney does have age restrictions for each of their runs, simply for safety measures. They also want you to follow these rules if you are doing virtual. I know they can't really police that, but this is their suggestion. So if you are doing the 5K, you have to at least be 5 years of age or older. For the 10K, 10 years or older. Half marathon, you need to be 14 years or older. If you want to participate in the challenge, again, you have to be 14 years of age or older. If you are new to Run Disney, you may not be familiar what proof of time is. Your proof of time is what you will submit if you are planning to run the half marathon in less than 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you select that you are going to be running faster than 2 hours and 15 minutes, you must include a proof of time. You can get a proof of time by running a USATF race that is either a 10K, 10 miler, half marathon, or full marathon. Those races had to have been within January 1st of 2019 through to November 1st of this year, 2022. Usually you only have a year, but because of everything that happened with the pandemic, Disney's giving you a lot more time to gather that proof of time. For the past 2 years, it's been hit or miss with in-person races in your area, so that's why they're giving a little bit of leeway. If you are planning to run the half marathon in 2 hours and 15 minutes or more, you do not need to share a proof of time. If you are running the 5K or the 10K, you also do not need to include a proof of time. When submitting your proof of time, you need to have the race name, your race distance, the city and the state that it occurred in, a website with the results, and the time in which you finished. That's going to be hour, minute, and second. You have to be very specific. Now let's talk about the much sought after Run Disney Expo. The Expo is always busy, okay? Now the first day of the Expo is always insane, but if you want to get your merchandise, you need to do it on the first day and get there early. So your Expo opens on February 23rd. They have not released the hours that it's going to be open yet, so I can't include that yet. But as they do release it, I'll change it in the description box so you can kind of revisit the video and you can see what's happening over there. Now, while your last race is on the 26th, your Expo is only going to be the 23rd to the 25th. There is no Expo on the final day. The Expo doesn't open early enough for you to pick up your bib on the same day, so you must collect your race bib the day before you race. If you're running only the half marathon, you can still pick up your bib on the very first day of the Expo, but you just can't pick it up day of. While we're on the topic of race bibs, in order to pick yours up, if you are 18 years or older, you must pick up your own bib. If you're running with someone who is under the age of 18, you can definitely pick up their race bib as well, because a lot of those people won't actually have identification for themselves, so you are definitely able to pick that up. You'll want to also sign your race waiver in advance. If you are a United States resident, you can sign it electronically and you don't have to worry about it. However, if you are like myself and are international, I am Canadian if you don't already know this, but if you are international, you have to actually print out the copy, sign it, and bring it with you to the Expo. You'll also need your government issued photo ID, so you can use your driver's license, your passport, your state ID, or like a Nexus card, whatever you might have that's government issued. Now this is my disclaimer to everybody. Please be sure that you are ready to financially commit to these races. They are not cheap and they are non-refundable. It really doesn't even matter if you like break a limb and can't run. It's very unlikely Run Disney is going to issue you a refund. While we're talking about things that are non-refundable, if your race is canceled due to inclement weather, so it's thunder and lightning, it's too hot, they've had to shorten the course, anything like that, you still don't get your money back. That is part of your race registration waiver. They do outline this on the website very clearly, so please make sure you are aware of that, because again, not likely you're gonna get your money back. Yes, races have been canceled, and yes, races have been shortened due to weather, so take note that it could possibly happen. With that being said, while they are not refundable, typically from what I've seen in the past, Disney has either issued a partial refund in the form of a gift card. Don't quote me on that, that can change at any time, but I do think that they also allow you to defer to a different race weekend. Let's say you're running the half marathon, it gets canceled due to lightning. They'll typically allow you to defer to the next Princess Half Marathon or whichever race weekend you want to run. Sometimes your dates don't align, so you might want to pick another race, but usually they will let you defer. This is my pro tip for you. Make sure you know what race you want to run, and if you're planning on running the 5K and the 10K, figure out which one is more important. If you're like, you know what, I'm only doing the 10K to appease someone else, I really only want to do the 5K, stick to that. Pick which race you want to do first and always have a backup plan. So if you love the 10K, but you're not ready for a half marathon and you'd be okay with the 5K, have your 5K as your backup. Just be prepared that this can happen. This happened to me on my race registration for the Walt Disney World Marathon. That was a whole other situation that really doesn't ever happen again. I'll link my experience down below, but I wanted to register for the Dopey Challenge. As I was waiting, Dopey sold out. So I said, okay, I'll go for the Goofy Challenge. Goofy sold out while I was still waiting in the queue. So then I had to pick marathon or half marathon. I went with the marathon just because why not? So I didn't register for the half marathon, unfortunately. So just be prepared with a backup plan, because the most seasoned vets like myself who have done registrations several times before still might not get the race they want. So it's always good to have your backup plan in place. I'm not going to break down exactly how you register for Run Disney because I did make a video for that, so I am going to pop it up top. Don't know which corner it's going to be in here, but I will pop it here so you can have a look at that and get ready, because every Run Disney race essentially operates the same way for registration on the Run Disney website. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this is getting you slightly more prepared for your registration for the Princess Half Marathon weekend. Hopefully one day I will be joining you guys in the Princess Half Marathon weekend. Fortunately this year I am not, but on registration day, relax, have fun, and be prepared. So again, thank you for watching this video, and if you liked what you saw, give it a big thumbs up, and don't you forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Have an awesome day!